Yo, what's going on, everybody? This your man, Chris Thorns. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you're watching my content, it's always like, comment, subscribe, and share. As always, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to bring you a video, bring you an update of the story that I just recently covered. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, first of all, before I go any further, I want to say rest in peace to our R&B singer, Jesse Powell. Rest in peace to him, another R&B singer whom we had lost, who had good music, and the brother is no longer with us. So rest in heaven to him. All right, Jesse Powell, you will be missed, my brother. You will be missed. All right, guys, let's get right into this because this is gonna be kind of lengthy. You know, I'm trying not to make it too long, but it's probably gonna be kind of lengthy because I got like a handful of information to share with y'all about this story. So y'all was here yesterday with me when I covered this story about a woman by the name of Erin Merdy. Erin Merdy has been suspected of drowning her 3 children. And the update today is that she has been charged with a murder. She has been charged with a murder. As a matter of fact, I want to say in the 2nd degree. And there's a couple of more things that I want to bring to your attention that caught my eye with all of this. So y'all bear with me for a moment while I get everything pulled up. All right. And again, guys, I want y'all to understand before I get into this, again, the mental illness is real. You know, it's not a joke. It's nothing to be played with. You know, it actually is real. But here's the thing, though, just because they dealing with that stuff, now we can see now, a lot of them is not going to get out the hook because I'm going to read to you one of the articles where I guess one of the family members saying she's not an evil person, and they want people to show mercy and things like that. But here's my thing, it's easy to ask for that. But everybody not just going to show mercy like that, especially when it got something to do with children. I mean, people take children, things like this with children to the heart, and it just, a lot of times, stuff like that is just easier than done to see things the way you see it. Yes, you may see that it was the mental illness and she had no control over it. But a lot of people see the same thing, but probably still say, no, well, yeah, that may be true, but, something has to be done. She just can't walk free from this. And I'm, for one, kind of going that route. Something has to be done. We can't keep excusing everything because people are dealing with some developmental issues, But however, though, I want to get into this first one right here. The death has been ruled a homicide, and this was on the 13th. This was yesterday. Apparently, when I was live, more stuff was still coming out. So let's hear what this clip got to say right here. All right.
Remain unanswered tonight in that horrific drowning of 3 siblings yesterday in the waters off Coney Island. Their mother, the prime suspect, and she's still undergoing a psychiatric evaluation. We did get this picture today, the oldest sibling to die, 7-year-old Zachary Merdy. There are no words. Eyewitness News reporter Sonia Rincon live at NYU Langone in Sunset Park, Brooklyn. Sonia.
Bill, we are awaiting an autopsy report on those 3 young victims, and there are still so many questions that it can't answer about what led to this, how and if it could have been prevented, and who, if anyone, knew whether 30-year-old Erin Merdy was having the kind of trouble, was in such a dark place that could have led to the mental health episode that might have caused this. She still has not been charged, and that could happen here at NYU Langone Hospital, where she continues to be evaluated and treated. On the Coney Island boardwalk closest to the beach where the children were found, a flower, a balloon, and a shred of crime scene tape today are all that indicate something terrible happened here. The words on the balloon, "Get well," as she remains in the hospital, and police continue to investigate whether there were signs the 30-year-old mother was unwell enough to have the kind of mental health crisis that would lead her to drown her 3 children. The oldest was 7-year-old Zachary Merdy, described by his football coach as vibrant and enthusiastic about the game. Early yesterday morning, his mother allegedly told a relative that she had harmed Zachary and his two little siblings, prompting the search along the shore and in the water that led to her and the three unconscious children on the beach. 30-year-old Erin Merdy lived in this Neptune Avenue building nearby. Eyewitness News has learned that she had been served with an eviction notice, claiming rent had not been paid since sometime last year. We have also reached out to multiple relatives, including Zachary's father, to help shed some light on this. Erin Merdy had no criminal convictions. There was no record of any abuse or neglect involving the children. There were domestic calls involving her, but nothing that resulted in any charges. Again, she is expected to be charged most likely tonight here at the hospital.
All right, guys. Now, when I did this last night, I brought that to everybody's attention that she was facing eviction and stuff like that. And I had asked the question, now that we found that out, can you just really blame, what's the real deal going on here? Is it really her mental illness, or is there a deeper thing or a deeper issue that's going on here, And I heard there was some domestic issues, I guess, that was going on with this as well, And as a matter of fact, speaking of which, here go one where they say she's been charged with drowning. Okay, so she has been charged. Let's see how much detail they're going to go in with this.
Bicycle company.
Gotta get past the ad. All right, guys, had to get past the ad, so let's get into it.
News right now out of Brooklyn, and the mother of those three young children who drowned in Coney Island is now charged with their murders. The children's 7-year-old Zachary, 4-year-old Liliana, and 3-month-old Oliver were found by police on the beach early Monday morning. 30-year-old Erin Merdy, their mom, remains hospitalized and undergoing a psychiatric evaluation. Detectives are looking into whether postpartum depression, which can lead to psychosis, may have played a role. Sources tell Eyewitness News the detectives have video of the mother walking the children to the ocean in the middle of the night. The funeral for those three children is now planned for Friday.
To hear that right there, that they got video of her walking these children down to the water. I believe that's something that you probably just don't want to see, man, because it probably just would tear at your heartstrings to see that. And now we're hearing the story, and we know what she did when she took them down there, because I think they say the video showed her going there, and then the video also showed her coming back without the children. And it's just something right there. I mean, if it doesn't make you a good turn, I don't know what is, So I can imagine what that video is looking like. And I'm almost curious, are they going to release that video, But, man, chilling. But, again, this is what I say, apparently they must don't think that she's really not that incompetent enough to be charged with this. Well, now I don't know how things work with being charged with somebody who dealing with mental illness. I don't know how that works, Or maybe she's being charged now, or maybe later they may say, hey, she's not competent enough to stand trial or whatnot, which we have seen that a lot with a lot of these stories, okay? So, she's been charged. And I think with the coroner did come out and say that they died by drowning, so that was obvious, obviously that's what they died by. But it says right here that Erin Merdy, 30 years old, was charged Wednesday with 3 counts of murder in connection with the deaths of her 3 kids. For each victim, she is charged with murder with depraved indifference to human life, and murder with victim under 11 years old. And it says right here on Tuesday, the medical examiner said that the 3 kids died by drowning, and their deaths were ruled a homicide. Police had video of Merdy walking the children calmly to the ocean in the middle of the night, according to police sources. All right. And I don't think I need to go further with this, because I think we get to just what's going on. She's still in the hospital, they say, getting treatment. If she is unable to be moved to court, a bedside arraignment is possible. Oh, okay. If she can't go to court, they're gonna make sure she get arraigned. All right. And they looking in to see is I think I will go further. They are looking to see is postpartum depression that led to this. And could it have played a role, which possibly could play the role. It could have, But now, however, though, I'm curious to see if they're gonna say how much it's played a role. You know, does it lessen the charges, or does she still have? Is she still gonna have the same charges or whatnot? Who knows? But check this out. She has no documented history of psychiatric problems, but the family has made statements insisting she was taking antidepressant and was off her medication. Police say she told her family members she drowned her children, but won't speak to investigators. All right. She will not speak to investigators, but she did tell the family that she did drown her children. Wow. Okay, cool. Well, I didn't mean to say cool, but sad. Sorry. Nothing cool about this. My bad. All right. So, I want to move over to this right here. You know, again, like I said, it's quite a handful of information to collect. But I want y'all to understand how, how things like this be playing out when it comes to these stories. All right. So, I want y'all to see right here. Her aunt saying she's not an evil person. And the first thing we see right here is that Erin Merdy, whose children ages 7, 4, 3 months were found unconscious, has mental problems. We ask for people to have some grace and understanding, her aunt said. Okay. I would say this to the aunt. I think a lot of us do understand. We do. Now, here's the thing. Just because we understand doesn't necessarily mean that we still don't look at it as an evil situation, you know. And that's where they coming in, at least coming in there, or the courts or whoever going to take this up is going to see how much it is played a part. And what interested me when I just read the last article, that says she had no history of this. So I'm kind of curious about that too, how much of a major part that's going to play, you know. So, again, you may say that she's not an evil person, but a lot of people may not feel the same, you know, but everybody has the right to feel how they want to feel about a situation like this, you know. I work with people with intellectual disabilities, mental illness, or however you want to call it. And I get it. Yeah, a lot of that stuff, you know, they cannot control, you know, but a lot of that stuff, they don't ask to have it as well. So I can understand where you're coming from. Because a lot of stuff that they do is out of their control. But however, though, I also say this too, you know, just because they have mental illness or whatnot doesn't mean they dumb. Doesn't mean they dumb by a long shot. A lot of people are well aware of what they're doing, even though they got depression or some kind of mental illness. They are well aware of what they're doing, but they figure since they dealing with stuff like that, they make it get off on it. I'm not saying it's what this woman doing, but then again, it could be a possibility that is what this woman is doing. You know, she did this to these children, and I think I read somewhere it probably be a custody battle involved too. So you know, you got all this stuff that's stacked against her to say that, hey, you may be right. Maybe it's mental illness, but I think it's more to this than just mental illness, you know. Who knows? You know, but with a lot of these stories, when you put custody battle up in it, a lot of times because they had something against the dad, you know, and they mad at the dad because maybe the dad trying to get custody, you know. Not the dad don't try to get custody to be malicious towards the woman, but, you know, they just want to get their children to safety and try to get you help, okay? But a lot of people take that as though you try to get custody, you being malicious, you know. So, but hey, it was kind of hard for me to speak on situations like that because, again, I don't have any children. I've never been in this situation or no custody battle or whatnot. I mean, not no custody battle, me trying to get somebody children, but, you know, I just, wow, you know, just stuff just real sensitive. Okay. Let me see. Is there anything else worth me mentioning? Okay, look at this. See, just like I said, Derek Merdy, who identified himself to the New York Times as 7-year-old Zachary's father, told the paper he had been fighting to get custody of the children ever since their split shortly after Zachary's birthday, March of 2015. The pair met on Facebook in 2014, he said. And he goes on to say, well, I was trying to get my son. Now that's not going to happen, he said. The Times noted Merdy then began breaking into sobs. He recalled how his son told him that there wasn't enough food to eat with his mom and how he would be moved to shelters where he will be forced to defecate in a bowl. Wow. I don't know. She makes me starve, Zachary allegedly told his dad. I didn't do nothing bad. She makes me starve. Reached by phone on Monday afternoon, Merdy's aunt, dying Stephen, told the Daily Beast. Basically, people have mental issues, and that what needs to be focused on. A lot of people are struggling nowadays, and she was one of them. She struggled. That's one thing I brought to your attention yesterday, that the auntie was coming out saying that, they got a history of people in their family who dealing with mental issues, So, I don't know, hey, she could be real about that, but then I told you when it comes to family members, y'all know how a lot of people like to jump out the woodwork and try to take up for their family members because they don't want people to look at them in a bad limelight. And I get it. Trust me, I get it. You don't want people looking at them bad, but again, they may work with a lot of people, but some people just will say no. A lot of people just gonna say no. She got to get what she get. Regardless she dealing with mental issues or not, because of these 3 children that she has killed, led them to the water and killed them. Okay, so it's a touchy subject, a very touchy subject, and a lot of things some people can say will probably get people in their feelings. That's why I say when you're doing stuff like this, man, you gotta take what comes with the territory. So you gonna have a lot of people that gonna be very, very upset with a lot of stuff that you say. Okay. There was something I want to read in this one. Right here, like I said, hours after the kids were found, their mother was questioned by police at the 60th precinct before being taken away by the ambulance. Many neighbors refused to go on camera, but told Recon there were warning signs. There were warning signs. So you got the neighbors even saying there was warning signs, okay? One man said the kids were left with family for a bit and wonder why they came back. Now I can see a person just snap because we all have problems. Snap. I mean, really, really snap out of our minds, the man said. Police said the mom did call family to say she intended to hurt the kids but wouldn't say why. For now, she remains at the hospital and charges are pending. So you got the neighbors who's saying this too, that they saw the warning signs, But see, we hear stuff like this when you hear the neighbors talk. You have to ask the question, according to y'all or whoever the aunt is or whatnot, if you coming out saying this lady was dealing with all this, then you have to ask the question, where were y'all, Where were y'all? Were y'all trying to get help? Was she refusing? Or did y'all look at it when she told y'all she gonna hurt him? Did y'all ignore the threats that she made? What happened when y'all noticed that she had bad signs instead of coming out and saying she was struggling? Everybody was struggling. I get that. Everybody's not struggling with mental illness, though. Everybody got different struggles, but everybody's not struggling with mental illness, But again, another thing they puzzle me, they say the whole family, pretty much a lot of people in their family is dealing with mental illness. So, I don't know, just a lot of question marks going around my head as far as that goes, with this mental illness thing, But again, let me repeat, I get where she come from. She don't want everybody to look at the mom in a bad light. She kind of like somewhat trying to water down the situation. She's saying this happened, but y'all give her a break because she is dealing with this, though. But see, the thing that's going to turn a lot of people is when they hear about this custody battle and all this other stuff. And now y'all just heard what I just read. She was starving him and making him boo-boo in the bowl and all that stuff. A lot of people going to look at that like, I don't know about this mental illness thing. So it sounds like me, she's straight evil. A lot of people going to look at it like that. And with that, I can understand that as well. A lot of people going to look at it like that. So I guess it just all depends on how you look at it, how you take it for what it is. Let me see. It's anything else I need to bring to your attention. Let me see here. Well, I think I pretty much already talked about this. She deprived them. Is there something right here that we can listen to? Let me see. Okay, I'm back and I'm looking at this other article that I got pulled up, but it's just pretty much saying that she's been charged with depraved, indifference, murder in Coney Island, and drowning of her 3 children. And like I said, I already really just spoke on it briefly earlier. She's been hospitalized. And look at this, she's being accused of intentional. See, they accuse her, they saying she doing this intentional. They feel like she did this intentional. Murder with depraved indifference and murdering a victim under the age of 11 in their deaths. Police said Wednesday charges come a day after the city medical examiner said all 3 children had drowned and ruled all 3 cases homicide. All right. So yeah, that's one of the main things why she's being charged. They feel like that this was intentional. They don't think that her depression had a big major part on it. They really feel that the big major part is totally on her. And see, Auntie, just what I'm telling you, you may be telling people don't look at this like that, don't be so hard on her. Don't be so hard on her, but ma'am, I mean, you even got the people who's getting involved in this case is thinking the same thing, so, but however, y'all know me, man, when I do these stories, any of the family members see this, they are more than welcome to come and speak to mine, whoever the auntie is, who feels strongly about this, hey, she can come on the platform and speak as well, and just tell us, the little history of what's going on. And, my main question would be to the auntie is, if y'all knew she was dealing with this, where was a lot of y'all at, I mean, what's really going on, but then again, we read earlier that the children was with family members, but how did she keep getting them back, though? Or how did she get them back? Just like the neighbor asked. They want to know, how did she get them back with all the warning signs they have seen? So, it's a lot of questions to this case, but as of right now, we're going to get less answers because we just don't know, okay? So, guys, stay tuned for this. I didn't mean to make this lengthy like this, but, hey, I just wanted y'all to get as much information as I can as people sending me stuff and as I did research myself. Wow. Ain't sad, man. Rest in heaven to these babies right here, okay? So, as always, guys, leave your thoughts in your comments and let me know what you think about this. And I will get back to y'all as soon as I can with an update on this. So, please stay tuned. Your man, Chris Thorns. Thank you for listening, and catch you next time. Peace.